Well, we consider it to be a good game. It's one of those games where you play a 7A team, you get to kind of judge the standard of your team, where their mindset at, whether or not we still doing the things that gonna give us an opportunity to compete in the playoffs. A lot of people say you should play, an easier team going in the playoff. I just have a different aspect on that. I just feel like you play the best teams you can play all year, and that's the only way you guys get better. The game was a nick and tuck game. Early in that game, they got out on us at 14-0. Came back and made a 14-6 game. Battle with that. Just before the half, they had a big play. Score ended up being 21-6 going into halftime. We come right out of halftime and score a few times and get the game within a 24-31 game. And our guys played real well. I try to tell our guys, I think me and Paul Crossan may be the only guys who played 4 7A teams this year. If you go look at all our records, I think we were the only two squads that did that. And I just think we're going to be better for it. So last week's game was one of those games where it gives you a measuring stick of where your kids are and where their mindset at. And my kids fought and played hard, so I think it prepared us for what's coming this week.
Well, the biggest thing, just mistakes. We talked about it. You're good enough to play with anybody, but just being mentally strong, limiting mistakes, and just playing good football. I thought, we started out kind of slow, gave up 2 touchdowns off fumble recoveries, and we fought to get back in the game. Kids didn't quit, they fought, they did everything they were supposed to do, and just one of those things that, like I told them, and I've been telling them all week, you have to limit mistakes and just play great football. We see we can line up with anybody, but the thing is, we have to play great football. You're giving up 2 fumbles. I thought, we played well though. You're talking about with 5-6 minutes left in the game, you're talking about a 3-point game, 28-31. And then, of course, just that 7A presence, they were able to, stand up a little bit more and, do the things that they need to do. But, a lot of that comes with the resources. You're able to have an indoor facility. Like last week, we had to go in the gym and go in the foyer just to practice because it was raining. They're able to go inside and still get a full team practice. We're doing those type things with the limited resources, and we're still out there playing good football. And we sit here jokingly, the coaches, we said, think about, we wonder if we had all those resources that those teams have, how good we really would be. You look at the colleges, they come here and get all the best players out of Montgomery, Alabama. From the Henry Ruggs to the Marlon Davisons and, James Foster, Tank Jenkins. They come in, Daniel Thomas, they come here to get those guys. You're talking about guys that are potential early round draft picks. And, we just got to find a way to just limit the mistakes and continue playing great football, That's just one of the things that we have to fix as a whole, just with the Montgomery team, just limiting our mistakes and just continue to play great football. We know, everybody know that nobody can line up with us and just play us all 4 quarters if we're playing great football.
Well, I feel like it's another stepping stone for our program. For the last 5 years, they have been fortunate enough to be in the playoff, and that's something that you don't take lightly. When you see a young man like Eric Hudson sitting here and won 7 games his first year, and then he didn't make it to the playoff. And I played that team, so I know how good that team was. I know how good Lee is, and I know that they were one of the teams that really should have been in the playoff because they played a good brand of ball all year. So when you look at those aspects and you realize that you're in the playoff, and then you turn around and you look at your schedule, and I heard a guy say the other day, 4 and 5 team in the playoff. Well, let's face it. When you do what you're supposed to do and eliminate, the people that you're supposed to eliminate in a game, you make it to the playoff. That's why the scenario is set up like it is. And I feel like this week is big for our program. Meaning we going into a hostile environment. This is one of the schools that's been winning state championships on the 5A air level. They'll move up to 6A air, and they're looking to do the same thing. And we need to look to just dominate that team and play physical football. We've been in 6A now for the last 5 years, so we ought to be a team that comes in and try to just dominate that football game and do what we do. I just feel like, and I tell my guys, this is what I told my guys yesterday. I said, if you name me somebody who line up against a league, you line up against a Carver with their size and their athlete, You line up against a Prattville, you line up against a Park Crossing, and you play all those games the way you play. Nobody should scare you. I mean, I don't care where you go play. Nobody should scare you because you played for four of the top teams and the top athletes in the state, regardless of how you look at it. At the beginning of the year this year, we had 2 openings because we couldn't get anybody to play us. Now, when we first got to Cindy Lanier, everybody was calling the players. Now we have to beg people to play us. And I told my guys, that's a straight result of you working hard, doing what you're supposed to do, getting better. But now it has to turn into playoff wins. We have to get this thing where we understand how to win in big situations, how we understand how to focus all the way through a game. In the playoff, you have to raise your level 3-folds. I always tell guys, if you're not ready to raise your level 3-folds, you're not really ready for the playoff. So our discussion this week has been about who are you? That was our topic yesterday. Who are you? Are you the man who went to Dothan and took a loss and knew what happened? Are you the man that played, Carver and won that game and, stuck in the situation? Who are you as a man? So I think Friday night we'll find out a lot about who our football team is and what their expectations are and whether or not they really want it. So I think this playoff game, we'll be ready to play on Friday.
Well, just play Park Crossing football. At the end of the day, that's one thing I commend our kids about. When their backs is against the wall, they come out fighting and they're ready to go. I look at, situation with Dothan, bring Dothan in, everybody saying Dothan, you can combine 2 teams, they can beat Park Crossing. Our kids came out fighting and swinging. You had a situation where we put ourselves in a situation because of the schedule we have played. We're not backing down from nobody. But you get a good Carver team, and the kids came out fighting and swinging. And, it's just one of those things, like I said, as long as we come out fighting and swinging, it's going to be a game. I'm not taking nothing away from Saraland, but, it's just one of those things. They haven't played who we have played. Everybody we have played have been in the top 10 or are in the top 10 at some point. And, just one of those things, and our kids are still standing strong. Like I told you, it's going to be almost like when Rocky 4, when he took on the big Russian. We're going to take our punches, but at the end of the day, we're going to be ready to go. Just one of those things that, we're going down to Mobile, and we need just go down there and just play Park Crossing football. As long as we play Park Crossing football, I'm never worried.
Team is in the playoff for the 5th consecutive year. That's never been done at Cindy Lanier High School. If you can take off early, I think you need to come and, cheer the kids on. It'll do us a world of difference. I was saying the other day when you went to the Prattville atmosphere, man, what a football atmosphere they have, how people come together, and even from the cheering part, their band understood when to hit the tuba when we was on offense. Just different things like that. We need that to start coming forth in Montgomery for our teams. Our fans understanding what we need to win, and we need our fans. We really do need our fans. So everybody who can get out and make it to Mobile, I know it's a tough trip. I understand that, it's the first of the money, we paying bills, but if you can come out and support the kids, please do. Ford fans, we're looking forward to seeing you there.
Come down, support. Really, we just need the whole city to come down to Mobile, regardless what game you go to one game for a half, go to the next game for a half. Just Montgomery, we need you. It's Montgomery versus Mobile. And like I always said, it's Montgomery versus everybody. And it's just one of those things that we got to go do what we got to do. I know we going in with the mindset of no one's safe. I know Coach Cunningham said about 2-3 weeks ago, hit everything moving. And that's the mindset we going down to Mobile with. We need you down there, and we need you down there to support us. We need you down there to support Lanier. And just, our plan is from both sides to come back home to Montgomery with 2 victories.